It's David here, and after 40 years in business, working with everyone from Adobe to Disney to countless startups, I've noticed something that separates the wheat from the entrepreneurial chaff. Most entrepreneurs are running on hamster wheels, working 80-hour weeks, pumping out marketing campaigns like caffeinated content machines. Meanwhile, their competitors seem to do half the work, but keep pulling further ahead. And what's the difference? Market leaders don't just execute tactics. They build what I call growth wheels, self-perpetuating engines that make success breed more success. Today, I'm going to show you how to stop spinning your wheels and start building a flywheel that works for you even while you sleep. Let me start with a story that changed how I think about business forever. Jeff Bezos didn't stumble upon Amazon's dominance by accident. He engineered it with what's now famous as the Amazon flywheel. Lower prices attract more customers attract more sellers create better selection makes customers happier customers drive more volume, which enables even lower prices. It's beautiful in its simplicity and devastating to competitors who are still playing checkers while Amazon plays 3D chess. But here's what most entrepreneurs get wrong. They think flywheels are just for tech unicorns with venture capital war chests. Bollocks. Every business can build a flywheel, even yours. And I'm going to prove it. Back in the 90s, when I was pioneering search engine marketing, yes, I was educating the market before Google became a verb, I discovered something profound. The businesses that survived and thrived didn't just master tactics. They built systems where success fed success. I had a client, a French luxury brand, who taught me something counterintuitive. They deliberately made themselves harder to find. And their flywheel? Exclusivity led to higher prices, which created better margins, which funded more investment quality, which increased exclusivity, while competitors fought in the commodity trenches. They created a self-reinforcing cycle of premium positioning. Or take the telemarketing business I built. The flywheel there was better training led to higher quality calls, which delivered better results for client, which justified higher fees, which funded more investment in training. Each turn made the next turn easier. That's the magic of a flywheel, and eventually becoming self-perpetuating. Jim Collins in Good to Great explained it perfectly. The flywheel effect is about the cumulative process, step by step, action by action, decision by decision, that builds momentum towards breakthrough and beyond. Think of it like physics. A flywheel is a heavy wheel that's hard to get moving initially, but once it starts spinning, it stores energy and becomes easier to turn with each revolution. In business, this translates to compound growth. Warren Buffett calls these economic castles protected by unbreachable moats. But flywheels don't just protect your castle, they build the moat deeper with every revolution. The pattern is universal, and every effective flywheel has the same anatomy. First, there's a core value proposition, your fundamental promise. Second, interconnected components where each element feeds into the next. Third, compounding returns where improvements amplify each other. And fourth, competitive moats that make you harder to copy over time. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most CEOs are too busy managing the urgent to build the important. They're optimizing landing pages while their competitors are redesigning the entire customer journey. When I work with portfolio companies now, I've moved from pioneer to secret weapon status. I ask 3 simple questions. What makes customers come to you initially? What makes them stay and buy more? And what makes them bring others? The answers reveal your flywheel components. Time for some CEO level honesty. Ask yourself, are you building systems or just executing tactics? Does success in one area make success in other areas easier? If you stopped actively marketing for 6 months, would your business keep growing? If you're answering no to these questions, you're not building a flywheel, you're just spinning your wheels. Here's where most entrepreneurs stumble. Flywheels require patience. In our instant gratification business culture, this feels counterintuitive. You're pushing that heavy wheel, and for what feels like forever, nothing happens. The telemarketing business took 2 years to hit escape velocity. The search marketing agency took 3. But then suddenly, everything happened. Once the flywheel starts spinning, growth becomes almost effortless. Charlie Munger put it perfectly. The big money is not in the buying and selling, but in the waiting. The same applies to building business systems. I've seen this pattern repeat itself across industries. The initial push feels impossible, and then momentum builds, and then it becomes unstoppable. You know, the real competitive advantage isn't having a great product or even great marketing. It's having a business model where success breeds success, where every customer makes the next customer easier to acquire and serve. It's not just theory, it's physics applied to profit. Once you shift from tactics to systems thinking, everything changes. Your 80-hour weeks become strategic sessions. Your marketing budget becomes investment in systematic advantage. Your competition becomes irrelevant. Because while they're still pushing rocks uphill, you've built a machine that pulls customers, profits, and growth toward you with increasing force. The question isn't whether you can build a flywheel. The question is, what's yours going to be? Look, I've spent 4 decades watching businesses rise and fall. The ones that last, the ones that create real wealth and freedom for their owners, they all have one thing in common. They build engines, not just businesses. If you want to dive deeper into building systematic competitive advantage, I share more insights every week in my newsletter, and you can find it at theauthorityfigure.substack.com or visit davidwhiteconsulting.com for deeper strategic resources. Remember, this is my experience, not professional advice. Always consult qualified advisors before making business decisions. Stop spinning your wheels and start building your flywheel. Your future self will thank you.